There are also more than 1,200 Australians registered for help in getting out of Israel. Joining me now is Shadow Cabinet Secretary Mr Wallace. Andrew, thank you so much for your time. How do you think the government has handled this?
Well, Caroline, this is very difficult times for any government to be dealing with a war zone and having their expats there. I've no doubt that DFAT is working overtime to try and keep communicating with Australians in that zone. I feel for the people that are trapped there and that are trying to get out. I think that DFAT, I know many DFAT officers, and I know that they'll be doing their absolute level best to get people out where they can.
So do you agree with Bridget McKenzie's comments there, saying that it's not as hard as it seems to be to communicate to people and keep them up to date with what is, admittedly, it is a very difficult situation, but could they be doing a better job on communication?
Look, Caroline, I haven't received any direct reports from constituents or family members that I'm aware of from my electorate, but I know that in the similar conflict zones that we've had, that ultimately communications do break down. This is a war zone in both Israel and in Iran, and I think that I'm confident that the DFAT workers, the DFAT officials are doing their absolute level best to keep in touch with Australians and to try and get those out that want to get out. Not all Australians will want to get out of either country. Many will choose to stay in place. But I've been in this situation before, and I know that DFAT do work very hard.
OK, well, Penny Wong has also announced today that Australia is sending defence personnel and warplanes to the Middle East.
ADF personnel and aircraft are being deployed to the Middle East as part of Operation Beach 2025. Again, I emphasise the airspace remains closed, and we are doing this as part of preparing contingency plans post the airspace becoming open. I also emphasise that we are sending defence assets to help Australians. They are not there for combat.
The government seems at pains to reiterate that just sending troops there for contingency purposes, not for combat. But do you think Australia could become involved down the track in this conflict, especially if Trump decides in the next 2 weeks the US will join in?
I don't think it's remarkable that the Australian government is pre-deploying assets nearby to be able to extract Australians out of Israel and Iran. I think that's prudent. I welcome that news. I think ultimately they will be aircraft. They're not combat aircraft. Australia is not looking to contribute combat personnel. I can't see that happening at this point in time, even if the US do get involved. Israel has one of the most potent militaries in the world, as they have demonstrated. Until very recently, they've not asked for support from the US, and my understanding is that they've only asked for support insofar as wanting these bunker buster bombs that the Israeli Air Force does not possess. They're not asking for any greater commitment from the US, apart from having that capability that they don't possess. So I don't see that there's a role for Australia at this point in time. I don't think that the Australian government will contribute Australian Defence Force personnel for any other purpose than to extricate our Australian expats.
OK, well, hopefully we can get those expats home soon. Let's move on quickly now. And Australia has been given the green light to move forward with its plan to ban under-16s from social media. This is after a landmark trial found age verification technology can work. Now, this trial tested tools from 53 organisations worldwide and found they could verify users' ages accurately, safely and privately, but the trial also made clear there's no guarantees that these tools will block every underage user. Andrew, we don't have much time left, but are you confident that a ban like this could work?
I am. I was involved in this from day one in the social media inquiry, and prior to that, the social policy and legal affairs committee. We have to do better to protect our young people online. Too many young people are losing their lives to the sort of filth and garbage that is available on the internet. The coalition unashamedly wants to see young people being protected online, and the government was late to the piece on this. They were dragged kicking and screaming. Ultimately, they came on board. The bill was passed. We support the legislation. We just need the government to get on and get cracking to protect young people.
Yeah, Andrew, I'm on board with it too. As a mum of young kids, it really worries me what they're going to be up against as they get older.
And you should be worried.
Yeah, well, hopefully this will help go some way to resolving those concerns. Andrew Wallace, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Authorised by Andrew Wallace, LNP, Boccarina, Queensland.